because
watching.
when you receive a good touch from someone you know, someone close to you, like where it doesn't really, well, it makes
doesn't make you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Doesn't violate your...
Yes. If it makes you uncomfortable, if you feel that it's violating your privacy or your just feel that you're uncomfortable, because children are very young and they're quite impressionable.
Yes.
But do you teach them that just because they're your parents doesn't mean that you should be afraid of them? Sometimes
Yes.
they say, okay, this is the parent. The parent will say, ganyan ang gagawin mo, wag kang magsumbong. Do you teach them that there are times that they have to speak out and they should reach out, like maybe to their teacher or someone or to their neighbor?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, because of our culture, children are very dependent on their parents or on their caregivers. So what we try to do is ask people close to them, or ask their community, because it takes a community or it takes a tribe to raise a child. So that's what our one of our callings, so one of our slogans. So what we do is we try to communicate to the community that to watch out for these signs, when signs of abuse, signs of predation, and
it's also hard for, I don't know if I'm alone in this, but it will be hard for you to go through the community if what is happening is in the confines of their house.
Yes.
So how will you know? So I think you gotta start with each child. Every single child must be taught awareness.
One thing is that we do a screening in our daycare centers. So there are our daycare volunteers and our teachers are trained to recognize signs in the child, especially signs of abuse, signs of neglect, and they're trained to look for these signs and how to handle children that they suspect are victims of abuse. So our teachers are trained to contact our office or contact DSWD, Bantay Bata, or anyone that can aid them in having the child protected or taken away from the areas of abuse.
See, that's just it. No one is spared from child abuse, whether it's somebody from a rich family.
Oh yes,
You know, there's so
exactly.
many like famous stars who
Yes,
admit
yes,
that they were
yes.
like molested as children.
Yes.
Some maybe through some
by their brothers and their father.
And especially with the poorer one, the less fortunate, because it's a little more convenient for the drunken fathers or
Of
living
course.
partners, because they're really drunk and they don't know any better,
And their
they're all sleeping
wives
in one place.
and their wives just turn their
Or
back.
the wives are out working while they are up to no good.
You know. Okay.
So message. We'll
yes.
let them give a short
Wait,
message.
I just want to know how, let's say, these things happen. If anybody wants to take the seminar or listen, if parents are interested, where can they go? How often do you have them?
Yeah. The number for Akabata is 561-2568.
561-2568.
Yeah, if you have any, if you would like to volunteer or report your suspicions on abuse, we can try to help them get in contact with other organizations or other institutions that will be able to help them, help the children. So, but if you would like to volunteer services, because we are entertaining volunteers for Akabata.
Okay,
and
like
stuff.
services, like what exactly? For all those who would like to help in this cause.
One of the things that we do, what we do, soup kitchens. So we try to ask volunteers to
Serve?
serve in
Not to
in
cook
feeding
or also
program. Yeah, that also.
Cook and serve.
Yes.
Okay.
If they can
Dishwash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we try to ask if they have if they're working for companies, maybe they'd like to advocate for they could adopt a daycare center, or if they could.
What does it
try
mean to adopt
host-
a daycare center?
That means that you would try to provide a few of the things that
Like
are needed
soap
by children.
and
Yes,
okay.
like educational materials also.
Books and stuff,
Yeah,
okay.
probably.
How much would it take to adopt a daycare center?
Well, it varies because
like a month, maybe.
Is it all monetary, or can you adopt a daycare center by devoting some of your time, like to managing it?
Yes, definitely. We are looking for, if you're probably a child welfare professional, or probably even a dentist would fit in with our program.
Yes.
Because we have a lot of services offered for children, and then especially poor children. So we have feeding programs, dental missions, medical missions, and stuff. So we try to fit in. Any help is welcome. Yes.
And any financial blessing from the smallest. Okay.
Yeah, will help. It's a lot of help. And
Yes, from sa amin naman, though we're not an implementing agency, but we can help naman in terms of referring, they can call us naman kasi then we refer them to the right agency or NGO partner with
Right.
us. So you can call Council for Development Children at 781-1035 or
781-1035
or 39.
Okay, thank you. But wait, before we go, I wanted to ask this from the beginning of really, really briefly. How did you get involved in this? You first, Tristan.
Since we are we're more on policy and formulation, and we are also an interagency coalition. We partner with other agencies and NGOs, just like with Akap Bata. And
No, but you personally, how did you?
I asked that earlier.
I'm sorry. No, because for one, I long before I was also a volunteer para teacher for an NGO in Makati.
But why? Why did you volunteer?
On that part?
Yes.
Well, I just don't want to see children being abused.
Did you hear of children being abused? That's why.
Or
Do
did
know
you?
of one?
Yeah. Do you
I
have?
saw some children being abused during my childhood at my
Neighbors.
at my neighbor's
Okay.
place.
And you, Carlo?
Yeah, it's quite humorous because I worked as a networking consultant. I service internet cafes, and there was one time a few years ago when out of the corner of my eye, three girls were in front of a webcam, and one of them just lifted her shirt like that.
And how old is she?
I think she was like 13 at the time.
My
I don't know because they were
gosh.
quite small.
That's so sad.
Yeah, it's quite shocking actually.
So that made you.
Yeah, because a lot of children or a lot of young people take things for granted. These are one of the things that they do not really understand that if they've taken a video of you, a picture of you, or
That's forever.
yeah, it's virtually impossible to
Delete
eradicate that, delete
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
You
so-
guys should know based it on Paris Hilton.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, guys, and to all the people out there. Safeguard your children. Take care of them. You brought them into this world. Jax?
Exactly, yes. Thank you very much.
you
And
for
I'm
having
glad
us.
that
Yes.
we have people like you, and we hope we can be of assistance after the show. So thank you very much. Magkita-kita po tayo sa She Said sa susunod na Sabado. Good night.